In this lecture, we will talk about the ping command. Ping stands for Packet Internet Groper. Ping is used to test the connectivity status between a source and a destination device over an IP network. It also helps you to assess the time it takes to send and receive a response from the network. This can be very useful in troubleshooting network connectivity. If you look at this diagram, when you issue the ping command from server A to server B, it sends out a series of 64-byte ICMP test packets and waits for a response. This helps us determine the connectivity status of the network and the round-trip time it took to send and receive the packets. A correctly formed ping packet is typically 56 bytes in size or 64 bytes when the IP header is considered. Let's look at some of the examples. You can ping, for example, you can ping a website, or you can ping your server. You can use the website name, or you can use an IP. So if you ping google.com in this case, to kill the command you can type in Control-C and it will stop pinging. Let's look at this command in action through the terminal. You can use the ping command and type in the website name or the IP address. Let's try google.com, hit enter, and it will start pinging it. Control-C to stop pinging. If you can see right here, this is the result that we got. We pinged google.com and it's showing us how many bytes of data it sent. And there's a lot more detail here. For example, it gives you detail about how many milliseconds it took to ping it, how many packets were sent. And you can usually find this information right at the bottom. 3 packets were transmitted, 3 received, 0 packet loss, and total time it took was 2003 milliseconds. And at the bottom you will see RTT, which stands for round trip time. Here's another example. This is the loopback IP address that I pinged, and this is the result. It shows you 56 bytes of data that was sent. By default the packet size is 64 byte, but without the IP header it usually comes down to 56 byte. And you can also change the default time interval, also change how many packets you want to send at a time by using different options. Again, as you see right at the bottom, the last 2 lines, you can see 6 packets transmitted, 6 packets were received, 0 packet loss, and the total time it took. And also the round trip time, which is the ping time, and the averages. This is what a ping command does, and you can use it when you're troubleshooting some network issues, or if there's a website or a server and you want to check if the connectivity is slow or you're not able to get to that server. Let's look at some of the options you can use with the ping command. First option we will check is set ping command to send a desired number of packets. To do that, you can run ping with -C option. So let's try this example through the terminal. So let's try this command with -C option. Ping -C 3, and we will ping the loopback address. Hit enter. And it will try to ping 3 times and then it will stop. And you don't have to hit Control-C to cancel out of it. This is how you can ping to send a desired number of packets by using the -C option. Change time interval between sending each packet to 5 seconds. Usually by default it's 1 second, but you can change the time interval between sending each packet to whatever seconds you want to send. For example, 5 seconds in this example. The option we will use is -I. So let me bring up the terminal and let's try this. So let's run this command, ping -I, 5-second interval. As you can see, it will wait 5 seconds before sending another packet. And it will keep on doing it. I'm just going to hit Control-C and cancel out of it. And that's how you can run this option. Next is change default packet size from 56 byte to 100 byte. So let's try that by using this command, ping -S 100. And that will change the byte size, which will change the default packet size from 56 byte to 100 byte. And we will mention 100 as the size. As you can see right here, it's showing you the packet size that it's sending, and that's how you can run this option. Next is to set a time limit in seconds after which ping will exit regardless of how many ping packets are sent or received. To do that, you can use the -W option. What this will do is it doesn't matter how many packets are sent or received, as long as you mention whatever seconds with the -W option, it will stop. So let's try that. Ping -W, 3 seconds, or you can mention whatever you desire. So it doesn't matter how many times it will send or receive the packets, the ping command will stop after 3 seconds or whatever seconds you mentioned with -W option. And lastly, you can also combine options. For example, you can run ping command with -C option, and you can also use -I option, or you can also use many other options, and this is the example you can follow. So let me pull up the terminal and let's try this. Ping -C to ping 3 times, and then we will mention the interval, and let's make it 0.5. And this is how you can run this command as well. And I would suggest you look at man pages and run man on ping to see how many other options you can use with the ping command, especially when you're troubleshooting. There's some places where this command is listed in uppercase or maybe with a uppercase P. Make sure you always use this lowercase in Linux. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture as well, and I will see you in the next one.